What's up, guys? Tristan Agger here, back with another video. Today's topic is going to be on UFC 246. I'm going to give my predictions, talk about the fights a little bit. Let's get right into it. Pretty underrated card. There's a lot of cool fights that I'm super interested in. We'll start with the main event prelim. Most of the other fights, I don't know a lot of the fighters, but they've got some cool fights in here. Notably, Macy Barber versus Roxanne Modafferi. I have not heard of Roxanne. There's a massive age difference, which is probably the biggest takeaway from this fight. Macy Barber is 21, incredibly young age, versus a veteran 37-year-old Roxanne Modafferi. I haven't seen Roxanne fight, but she beat Antonina Shevchenko recently in a decision, who is Valentina Shevchenko's younger sister, Valentina's the flyweight champion right now, who Macy Barber is trying to beat. She actually has an alarm on her phone, like a countdown timer to when she has to beat John Jones' record of being the youngest UFC fighter. So, pretty cool. I believe the hype in Macy Barber. She is not the most technical fighter, but she's big and strong, vicious, relentless. She puts steady pace on girls, and combined with her great wrestling, vicious elbows, and power punches, I see her getting this done. And I see her winning this via second round KO, probably a knockdown into some pretty brutal elbows. If you've seen her fights, she utilizes elbows very, very well. I like her fight style very well. She's a very positive person, so it's really nice to see her. Whereas she's also very well-spoken and outspoken. She was supposed to fight Paige Van Zant, which was a fight I really wanted to see because I think Macy Barber absolutely steamrolls her, and I think Paige Van Zant is super scared of her. It'll be cool to see if Macy can actually become the youngest UFC champion. She would have to take out Valentina Shevchenko, and that is a task in itself. Valentina is such a well-rounded fighter. She has incredible jiu-jitsu, great wrestling, and she's a decorated striker from a Muay Thai background. So that's a tough task, and I really don't know if Macy can do it, but who knows? If she's motivated enough, she's training hard, and she's got the good team behind her. You know what? They might be able to come up with a game plan to beat her. I would take Valentina in that fight, but who knows? Shit happens, right? Macy over Roxanne, second round TKO. So now let's go down to the main event. First fight is Anthony Pettis. He's back against Carlos Diego Ferreira. Carlos is a fighter that I haven't really been following for very long. He's on a tear, so he's got a five fight win streak, some decisions, a couple KOs, and I see Carlos actually winning this fight. Pettis is very inconsistent. He lost his last fight against Nate Diaz, and the last fight before that was against Stephen Thompson, who he KO'd, but he was losing that fight convincingly before that. So you never know with Anthony Pettis, though. He's a wild card. He could take out anyone. He proved that in the Wonderboy fight, and he's got that KO power. I believe this is back down to lightweight, and this is gonna be a firefight. This will be a really good fight. Pettis always makes his fights super interesting. I loved his fight against Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz was able to edge him out. I'm going to go with Carlos for a round 3 decision, but I wouldn't be surprised if Pettis pulled out a KO or something like that. Next up is Claudia Gadelha versus Alexa Grasso. I really like Claudia's fighting style. Super cool fighter. And Alexa, I haven't seen fight. A lot of these fighters are relatively unknown. Maybe I'm just uninformed, but I watch a lot of UFC, but I haven't seen a lot of these fighters. More on the some of the stars and some of the older fighters that are a little bit more popular. I don't see Claudia not winning this fight. Alexa's last fight, she just lost to Carla Esparza, who Claudia has beaten prior to this. Claudia has always been at the top of the heat. She's fought for the belt multiple times against Joanna Jacek. I see Claudia winning via submission in the second round, but I could also see this as a third round decision either way. Would not be surprising, but yeah, I definitely think Claudia Gadelha gets this done. I think she could have another rise up to the top and fight for the belt again against whoever that might be, whether it's Wiley Zhang, Joanna Jędrzejczyk, or maybe even Jessica Andrade or Rose Namajunas comes back and wins the belt before that, but who knows? Very interesting division at this point. The next fight is a heavyweight fight. It is Alexei Olenek versus Maurice Green. Maurice is much younger. Alexei is 42. Maurice is 33, so almost a 10-year difference. Both have been KO'd in their last 2 fights in the first round, so there's definitely a connection there. Alexei is much more experienced, but how do you call like a heavyweight fight like this? Like, it's a hard fight to call because someone's getting knocked out. I know that. I would bet money on that one of these guys is 100% getting knocked out. So I'm going to take the wild guess to say Maurice gets it done in the first round. He's younger, and you know what? Alexei could get it done too, but who knows with this one? Let me know your thoughts on that fight. Two guys that clearly are on the ropes right now, and either one of these guys get KO'd, they need to take a big consideration into stopping fighting, because once you get your 3rd KO in a row, that's not a good place for a fighter. So interesting to see that fight. It's kind of sad, like, just seeing these guys, probably they're just going to stand and bang, and one of them's going to get knocked the fuck out. So cool fight, but what's going to happen? A knockout. So nothing more exciting than that. So that's pretty cool. Next fight, I do know both the fighters, finally. It is Holly Holm versus Raquel Pennington. Both are very good strikers. I remember seeing Raquel Pennington versus Miesha Tate, and I was actually super surprised because that was like the first time I seen Raquel fight. And Raquel pieced Miesha up, so it just showed me that she definitely has a very good stand-up game. I don't see this going to the ground. However, Holly has been shown to use her wrestling from time to time when the opportunity arises. She did that against Megan Anderson and dominated her on the ground. It's been proven that Megan just has a very terrible ground game, and she definitely needs to work on it. Raquel already lost this fight to Holly via split decision, so I'm going to go with Holly on this one. I think Holly gets it done via decision as well. Better reach, taller, and a much better history of striking in multiple different disciplines like kickboxing and boxing. So on to the main event, which I am so excited for. This is why this card sold out in approximately 47 minutes, and it's all because of Conor McGregor versus Donald Cerrone. And you know what? It's not because of Donald. He's never sold out an arena like this. He got the red panty night. And Conor McGregor, if you don't know who he is, click off of this video because he's one of the biggest stars in the sport right now. And that's why I'm having a viewing party on Saturday with some buddies. Everyone's stoked about this fight. We're going to get a lot of people there. And I'm excited to see a lot of people interested in UFC. And that's what Conor McGregor's done for this sport. He's drawn in a lot of people. And that's why he got that award. I forget where Errol Helwani said it, but it's like an award for who brought in the most people to watch. The most casuals come to watch UFC because of Conor McGregor. So on to the fight. I think Conor wins this fight. He's really back. He seems in super good spirits. I don't believe he ever stopped training. I think a fire was born back inside him, and he's ready to get back at it. And I think he'll have a few more fights before he retires, and this is his test. If he can't take out Donald Cerrone, then I really don't think that he has what it takes to be a fighter anymore. You know, he has all the other business ventures, and maybe his head just isn't in it anymore. He already accomplished so much. He's a legend in the sport. He did so much, and you know, his back is against the ropes. If he doesn't win this, I really don't know what's left for him in fighting anyways. Super exciting fighter, but I do believe that he is back, and he will prevail. He's going to use that left hand. He knows how to set it up. I don't see Donald Cerrone taking him down. A lot of people are saying that he is like this underrated ground game, but Conor's fought wrestlers before. He fought Chad Mendes and Eddie Alvarez and was able to deflect most of their ground game. Like, Chad Mendes had him down for a little bit. He got back up and then TKO'd him. Or no, KO'd him. So, I mean, minus Khabib, but Khabib's like a wild card. Like, that dude could take anyone down. He's proved that in his 28 wins. So, I mean, that's losing to Khabib is not anything to despise someone of. Like, he's one of the greatest of all time. So to compare that and use that as evidence that Conor doesn't have a good ground game is kind of insane. So Conor's always shown to have a really, really good takedown defense. He relies on his stand-up, and that's why he has such a great takedown defense, is because he wants to keep it standing up, and that's, you know, a trademark of his skills. I don't think Donald's going to be able to take him down. He's said multiple times that he wasn't going to shoot. It's going to be a stand-up fight, and I think that left-hand shot at welterweight is going to be too much. He's bigger and better. This is the money fight for Donald. This is his biggest fight of the career. It's not like he needs to win it. He got the money fight. This is his title fight. This is the fight that everyone wants, and I'm really happy that Donald got it. Win or lose, this is really cool for him because I'm a big fan of Donald Cerrone as well. He's an incredibly exciting fighter. He's got some really cool highlight reels. I think his one of my favorite knockouts was him against Rick Story. Play that.
Every man will a girl know.
So he made the money. He can retire after this if he really wants. I don't think that's what he's gonna do. He'll fight till he's 40, and he's until he can't fight any longer. So I think Conor gets it done in the second round via TKO. That's it for the video, guys. I really appreciate you watching. I hope you enjoy the fights. Let me know if you agree with any of my predictions, what you think different, and post them down in the comments below. Leave a like on this video. Appreciate you guys. Talk to you soon. Peace. Enjoy the fights.